Welcome to another episode of the Online Prosperity Experience podcast. You're about to hear your host, Prosper Taravinga's powerful digital marketing strategies and actionable tactics that you can use right now. Prosper has helped more than 50,000 people from over 10 countries to create meaningful businesses that are profitable and enjoyable. Listen to this podcast so that you too can build your own business with less stress and overwhelm. Let's get started.
Losing customers can be costly, so you want to make an effort to keep the ones that you have. Hello to my Internet Explorers. This is episode number 10 of season 6 of the Online Prosperity Experience. Yo, podcast where we talk about growth and actually creating a business that's profitable and enjoyable. And if you're a coach, consultant, or small to medium business that's passionate about doing the work that you're meant to be doing and living an inspired life while you're doing so, you're in the right place, my friend. My mission is to help inspired coaches, consultants, and small business people like yourself to build a brand that they're proud of and they can create a lifestyle that they absolutely love. And today we're talking about, customer retention and the strategies that you need to, undertake as a small business so that you literally create a business that's profitable and you actually enjoy working in it. I don't know about you, but cold calling and sending out hundreds of emails to get clients is just a thankless effort, and you don't want to keep doing it. So that's why you need to retain the customers that you already have, because it actually pays a lot more to retain customers than for you to go out searching for them. Okay, because apparently it actually generally costs 5 times as much to acquire a new customer as it does to retain an existing customer. So wouldn't you want to actually maintain the customers that you already have and, decipher and generate some sort of profit off of them than trying to start the relationship over and over again with people that don't quite know, like, and trust you, overall. And if you're using systems and softwares like a CRM to actually keep your customer information and their order histories and actually creating email marketing campaigns to send messages that are timely and reminding your customers of your existence, you, my friend, will be in the upper 1% of coaches and consultants that actually have a viable business that they can go on holiday and still come back to because they have retained the customers that constantly buy from them over and over again. And in this episode, I'm also going to be talking about a loyalty program that actually encourages customers to spend more so you can get more from them as well. So these podcasts, like I have said, is for small to mid-sized coaches, consultants, and small to medium business owners who want to grow their company while keeping their existing customer base. I don't know about you, but losing customers is the worst thing that could ever happen to you, because it actually, affects your emotions, and you're actually terrified for having to, give up on your dreams because you don't know where the next income is going to come from, okay? And you're not alone in feeling like this, because losing customers actually costs businesses billions of dollars per year, and this happens. And sometimes it's not your fault. Maybe customers die, or maybe they want to downsize their operation, or maybe they no longer need your services. Things like that happen, but you should make sure that whatever you have managed and sacrificed to acquire, you want to keep a lot more of it. And that happens with your wealth, that happens with your health, and even the relationships. You don't want to be starting new relationships each and every year. You don't want to be starting a new health regime every year, and whatever muscles you've built, you're gonna just destroy them by not eating healthy or maintaining your discipline. All right, so why are you not doing the same with your customer base? Because the more you lose customers, the more bad reviews that you have. And the more bad reviews that you have is going to affect your ability to actually gain more traction and business in the long haul. But many small businesses are so focused on bringing in new clients that they actually forget about the ones that they already have. And that's what creates the ebb and flow, especially among coaches and consultants, because you spend half of the year trying to get new customers. And when you get those new customers, maybe take the take the foot off the gas, and you start working towards fulfilling those customers' needs. And when you're finished with them, normally you don't get them to buy from you yet again. The profit is in repeat sales. Okay, if you're just doing a one and done service, you need to create offers that actually maintain people within your ecosystem and have a longer lifetime value with your clients. That way you can literally be able to create for and relate to a smaller number of people without you trying to spray and pray with your marketing just so you can get people to sign up with the work that you are doing. Okay, so at the end of the day, what I really want you to have an understanding is you need to constantly sell to all customers, maintain those relationships, and not just want to offer new products to your new customers that are coming through. Because by you focusing on the new and shiny customers, you lose the trust and relationship that you've worked so hard to build with your old customers. Okay, so I don't know where you are within your business right now, but when you're creating a business marketing plan, you want to, maybe it includes direct advertising, maybe it includes search engine optimization. It's quite natural to just think only of approaching and attracting new customers. That's what a lot of marketing is all about, especially to people that normally show up in our space. They just want new customers. They don't care about maintaining and retaining the ones that already know, like, and trust them, but put some of that effort to your current customers too. Your current customers still need to be educated. Your current customers still need to know a lot more about the other products that they may have purchased from you, because for them, once somebody has made a purchase with you, they already have maybe left their banking details with you, and they no longer want to start all over again. Because as coaches and consultants, if we're selling somebody our training, our consulting, our information, our expertise, or maybe they're inviting you for your paid speaking gig, you go into a consultation. You're asking them personal questions about their health, about their wealth, and about their relationships. They don't want to keep revealing that information, to every other person who they're starting their relationship with, all right? So you are already in an advantage if you have succeeded to maybe sell a program, or maybe like a small tripwire program to somebody, because now they no longer have to repeat that purpose. And what you now need to do is deepen that relationship in order for you guys to continuously work together. Okay, so you want to put a lot more effort into your current customers too. That way you can literally wring more profits, because you are no longer paying money to advertise or put yourself in front of these customers, because old and current customers know you well already. Okay, your current customers will often work with you on even larger projects than what new customers would do, because they haven't developed that trust as yet. And with new customers, they're just testing us out for the first time, so they're not going to go for maybe your bigger offers or your actual real consulting offers and things of that nature. So you want to create a sales and marketing funnel, especially for your existing customers, because that's the key to actually growing your business. All right, when you spend a lot of money, time, and effort and energy attracting people, once they're in, you want to make sure that you recuperate on that. You want to make sure that you literally develop a strategic plan and then deep dive and work through the clarity of why they bought from you in the first place. That way you go back to the market and actually, just bring in the right kind of client with the right kind of pain, and it makes it easier and literally makes your marketing cheaper. Okay. So once you've got that going for yourself, it's a better investment of your time and resources to actually focus on the people that you're already working on. Because if somebody comes to you with one problem, guess what? They might need yet another supplementary product or supplementary service to actually get the full effect of what it is that you're selling them. So it is generally, going to cost you 5 times as much to acquire a new customer as it does to retain an existing client, because you already have their information, you already have their pain points. All you're doing is trying to solve their problem, and it's quite easier because they're giving you the opportunity, and you can actually study them while they are in your CRM. So if you spend more marketing dollars on old and existing customers, you will actually see more of a return on a smaller investment, because you're no longer paying Facebook ads. You're no longer putting ads on Google to attract that person. This person is now in direct communication with you, and that's why a strong CRM setup is vital in order for you to actually be in touch with this audience. And now you've got direct access without a third party like Facebook, Instagram, who will then affect what and how you reach to these people using an algorithm. You can't put an algorithm against yourself in your own email marketing system. You can't put an email ban, or you can't deplatform yourself from your own email marketing system. So you want to ensure that you're keeping an order history in your CRM, your customer relationship management system. And when you're choosing a CRM software, you want to, you may opt for something that's a standalone CRM, or a CRM that allows you to collect money, allows you to send out invoices, allows you to even do email marketing. That way you've got all the customer data and details in there, and you can literally personalize what it is that you're sending out to your customers. And when your customers feel like you know them and you can anticipate their needs, they will definitely automatically give you the opportunity to just lead them through the process of whatever you are achieving for them. Remember, your customers are literally looking for solutions that will make them happier, richer, thinner, and hotter than other people. And if you're a coach or consultant, you can literally, like Hansel and Gretel, leave little honeypots for them to actually nibble on their way to achieving what it is that they want. And if you're clear on the future that they want to buy and not the features of what you're selling, you, my friend, will create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. Okay, so once your system, your CRM is in place, you want to use email marketing along with customer order history, and other information to personalize these marketing materials. Just like if you're listening to this podcast, maybe for the first time, you might not have received this through an email. But those that have been, following us, they've either subscribed to Spotify or Apple or whatever platform that you listen your podcast from. Oh, you got this podcast from an email. And that's a CRM in play, because I'm giving you information. In exchange for that information and that attention, I'm hoping that one day you'll be like, you know what? This guy has been giving me so much value. I might as well reciprocate and see what services he's got to offer. And then eventually, maybe we may actually start working together. And be rest assured, once you start working with us, we will do our best to make sure that we maintain the relationship for as long as you are in business and as long as we are still relevant to your needs. And we'll personalize the marketing materials, we'll personalize the journey. That way you actually feel like you are being looked after, that you actually feel like you have people with the best interest at heart, okay? And one way to do this, if you're a coach or consultant, is to maybe you can suggest complementary products or services that actually work with the product your customers have already purchased, okay? So if somebody buys a website from us, we know that they're going to need to market that website. They're going to need to create graphics for that website. They're going to need maybe to create a podcast for, to market that website. They're going to need to write blogs and things of that nature. What amongst your product suite, your product ladder, can you recommend which is the next, logical solution that your customers are looking for? Okay. So you should literally avoid one and done purchases and create like a product suite that will actually then help people grow within your ecosystem, and that will actually grow your brand. You don't grow your brand on Facebook, my friend, okay? You grow your brand by people actually buying from you, supporting you, and voting for you and your existence and the existence of your business and solutions with their credit card. All right. For example, if a customer bought maybe a camping tent from you, you want to send them an email asking them if they need a hammock, or if they need a camping stove, or if they need a hammer to nail down the hooks in it. Anything that just keeps your customer engaged and involved and knowing that you're actually looking out for their best interest. Okay. You can also look at what each customer typically buys from you and send an email around the time, just to stay top of mind. Because out of sight, out of mind, Like I understand, as an entrepreneur, marketing is just one aspect of running a successful business. You go from hiring and managing new staff, balancing books, and driving growth, and a whole lot more. And it all feels like maybe it's a constant balancing act where you're pulled in multiple different directions all at once. At the end of the day, I know your real goal is just to help your clients, right? You want to spend as much time as possible changing people's lives and solving people's problems. You don't want to waste countless hours each week trying to get new customers when you already have the customers that you can profit from, okay? So if you understand the lifetime value of what your customer is, you should work towards increasing that. That way you don't have to always be at the mercy of what people are delivering or giving you at, on social media and things like that, And you now understand your client's expectations. There's nothing, as liberating as a customer knowing that a service provider literally knows what they need. They usually surrender because not a lot of people like making decisions. And if you can make those decisions for them, guess what then happens? Right? They now feel like they belong. They now feel like they're connected to you. They now have peace of mind, and they know that they're not being taken for a ride. So when you understand your customers' expectations because you've got them in a CRM, it actually increases the trust that you'll be creating, for them within your business. Because customer retention rates depend on your customers being satisfied. All right? Are they satisfied with what they're buying from you? But a lot of times that satisfaction depends less on the goods and services that you provide them than the expectations that they actually have. Because sometimes people would need help in order for them to get the full effect and the full value of whatever it is that they've purchased. Can you imagine if IKEA sold their furniture without, those instruction books, So they wouldn't, people wouldn't be able to use that furniture if it didn't come with instructions and if it didn't come with a content strategy behind what IKEA is doing. So find out what your IKEA is within your business and then upsell those products and services in order for people to buy more from you. That way you can now extrapolate a lot more profit and without expending much money on marketing. I know obviously I'm talking myself out of a job here, but guess what? It's in your best interest to do what I'm suggesting to you right now. So if a customer maybe wants an hour's consultation to double their revenue overnight, for example, they will be disappointed no matter how good that consultation is if they are not offered it or if they don't see, the result coming out of that, One of the most common mistakes that a lot of coaches and consultants, make is avoid having the conversation with the customer regarding what they actually anticipate or expect. They think as coaches, they have the idea. No, you need to speak to your customers. You need to ask them, what do you want me to help you with? This is a question that I always repeat. What do you want your target market to ask you to do for them? And once you know that, you go and create a repeatable system that actually helps you create for and relate to that audience. And sometimes, their expectations can often be unrealistic only because they are not informed. Sometimes they're unmeasured because you haven't given out the value and information that they need. And maybe they don't match what they're actually trying to communicate. You need to understand and then bring them to the actual, facts and figures of what it is that they are hoping to create. So it's your business responsibility to literally initiate that difficult conversation. It's your business responsibility to offer that information. And the more information that somebody has, the more confident they are in making a purchasing decision. And customers should have maybe once they have a realistic pictures of what they're buying, including the cost of the purchase, what it includes, and what they can expect as a result, or if there's any returns or refund policies in place, guess what? They now have full confidence that, yes, you're the right kind of person with the right solutions that they're looking for. So all of these components, understood from the beginning of the purchase, from you having a group of customers in a petri dish that you can literally understand and study, and they're giving you an opportunity, because you would have been doing all of this as market research, and you know how expensive that is. So when all these components are understood from the beginning of the purchase and the buyer's journey, customers are much more likely to be satisfied with the end result, and satisfied customers stay. So if you understood anything out of what I just said here, when in doubt, just underpromise and overdeliver. And customers will be pleasantly surprised when things turn out better than they actually expected. And then they will reward you with both loyalty and recommendations. And you know what loyalty brings? Because when customers are loyal, they will sing your praises to their relatives or anyone that's available to hear them. So once you know and understand your customers, you're able to deliver outstanding results to your clients, and then you can win their loyalty for life. And customers will sing your praises to their family, their friends, their colleagues, at barbecues, at the beach, or even strangers on a bus. But that's easy now. And once you know and understand your customer, because you are taking the time to listen, you can start creating diverse recurring revenue streams to skyrocket your profitability. And you can even ensure that your business remains 100% bulletproof, even during market downturns, even during global pandemics and any sweeping lockdowns, because your customers are not going to go anywhere because you are looking after them. And that's all you need to do. And if you don't get it right, make sure you just offer to improve. It's easy. You speak to your customers. They tell you exactly what it is that's bugging them. And once you know what's bugging them, you go in and you offer to improve. Because if a customer is not satisfied with their purchase and experience, that's a learning moment for you. The best thing you can do is to retain their loyalty, is to take responsibility, take ownership, and offer ways to improve. And you also take note so that it doesn't happen and repeat itself in the future for future customers. And if somebody understands that you have taken the time to look at their review or look at whatever it is that's bugging them, guess what? That increases their trust. No matter whether mistake or miscommunication occurred, customers usually expect you to just make the situation right. Remember, in their head, even though we know it's not right, but the customer always wants to be right. And doing so with enthusiasm and with passion and with a lot of emotional intelligence can even turn a disastrous situation into a loyal customer, because that's what we want to create. Your goal as a business owner is not only to make a profit, but to create customers. You are not there to create products for your customers. You are there to create customers, and then you can sell them products. At the end of the day, yes, we might find people that want to cancel, or we might find people that are not quite happy. Go in and understand what exactly happened and do everything in your best power to, rectify that. Even if you're generating hundreds of qualified leads, if people are leaving bad reviews, they're not going to convert. And also give people an opportunity. If they want to cancel, don't hold people hostage. When a client wants to cancel, sometimes we push back and dive into why are they canceling as if it's an attack on us. No, that's a learning moment. Because once you understand why a client is unsatisfied, you want to offer solutions and improvements that will actually convince those hesitant customers from sticking around. And usually when people are listened to, they stick around, because nobody else is doing it out there. Because when you offer to improve and make your customers a part of that process, you can actually increase loyalty even in unsatisfied customers. So you want to maybe schedule times for reviewing every account, where you take time to meet up with your customers and find out where can we improve, how can we actually work together a little bit more. And you listen to your customer, you evaluate, you re-examine, you refine. Are they still needing the service that you're offering them, or have they grown out of it? Do they need an upgrade? Because once you put this personal attention, it actually makes the client feel valued. That is what people are looking for. People are looking for belonging. They're looking for connection. They're looking for peace of mind and status. They want to be valued. And when somebody feels valued and respected, while they're sort of helping a business, guess what? They will fight for you even during a pandemic. They will buy coupons or whatever it is that you're selling. Whatever you throw at them, they will buy just so you stay in business and they can continue having that feeling of validity. I mean, sometimes maybe you might not be interacting one-on-one with clients, at whatever stage they're in, but you can still offer improvements. You can improve your system. You can improve your funnels, anything. You can do this by maybe sending out an email survey, just so you can, maybe at the start of the year, you send it out to each customer and then ask them, how are we doing? How can we improve? And you want to act on those changes that have been, instigated by those people, because these are the people that are paying you money, right? You don't want to, because you're not your own customer. So many people, that I talk to and I say, you want to be sending emails to your clients. Guess what? During holidays, when they're sitting at the beach or when they're waiting for their kids at school, people are reading emails. I've got kids that go to school and I'm looking at what people are looking at their phones. Very few people, while if they are nobodies, they're looking at their Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever it is. But so many people are actually responding to emails, are interacting with emails during that downtime. So that's when you want to be in front of your audience, when you have that particular time, undisturbed by all the other marketing messages that they receive. That's how you retain customers. And when you've made those changes, you want to make them know that you have actually implemented on those changes. Don't keep them quiet. Let the customers know exactly what you've done and how it will improve their experience. And when they know that you actually take their feedback seriously, they're more likely to give you repeat business and repeat feedback. That way, you literally have people working, out there, really refining your product while they're paying you in the process. I mean, on a bigger picture, you want to track when and why customers maybe cancel and start asking for refunds. Is it after 6 months? Is it after 12 months? And you want to see what the trends are. Once you start noticing a pattern, guess what? You go into your system and start introducing new products maybe 3 months before the average time that they normally cancel. Because you may be able to identify that pattern. And perhaps one of your marketing pieces was poorly, worded, or it caused confusion. You might discover that your customers who dealt with maybe a particular employee have a higher cancellation rate. And guess what? You can literally correct that within your teams. And once you've got that, you now develop super efficient management systems and effective account teams. So your marketing runs like a well-oiled machine from start to finish. And you've got more customers to create products for instead of more products that don't have customers that buy them. So when you start looking at these patterns, you can actually correct problems proactively by improving maybe your communication, by enhancing staff training, or maybe getting rid of, abrasive employees that are, causing problems that make people cancel. And communicate. No matter what, more communication is better than none. All right? Regular personal communication is really key to creating a personal connection that convinces your customers to stay loyal to any small business out there. You want to communicate regularly to your customers through email marketing, and by keeping them informed of all the changes, develops, and any special offers that you might have. How are people going to know what you've created or what you've been working on if you don't let them know? So if you're like a coach or consultant with maybe local customers, you want to be involved in what they're doing within their business, Go and visit them. Find out what's happening. Find out, because when you visit somebody who's local, you might be able to see things that they're doing wrong, because you know what? It's always been done like this around here, and you can literally help them by actually helping them. So if you would like to see how you can retain more of your customers, without expending much of your marketing budget, I encourage you to schedule a call with me so we can just have clarity on what it is that you're actually doing and how you're making your money. And guess what we'll do? We'll work hands-on with you and develop a strategic plan. And then I'll deep dive and work through maybe your ideal client clarity. Because if you know the right kind of client with the right kind of pain that you can solve, it's easier for you to keep them longer than spraying and praying with your marketing, because people will only listen to marketing, that is directed them. And speaking of listening to marketing, we will look at your strategic messaging, and then look at your consulting and coaching offers, and then maybe look at your fees and pricing, because all of that also, determines whether people stay or they go. And if your business hasn't been optimized for retention, that would also be something that we can look at, because some businesses only have one-click wonders, one product or one host town. We can create products and ecosystems around you so that you can retain more of the customers while you providing them with value. Like I said, there's always something that you could sell your customers. And then pretty much once that is in place, I'll then help you personally to set up your marketing engine and lead generation system so you can consistently attract ideal clients. That way, you can literally create a business that's profitable and enjoyable. I hope you've noticed that losing customers can actually be costly, and you now have an idea to make an effort to keep the ones that you have. I can't wait to celebrate with you having the most retention within your business in the following year. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the Live Long Digital community. Become a Live Long Digital community member today. This community is for ambitious entrepreneurs and small business owners with the drive to take control of the future of their businesses and achieve huge success without stress and overwhelm. As you heard, Prosper can help you by teaching you marketing strategies that work. So look no further than the Live Long Digital community of entrepreneurs and highly successful business owners. Join our community today. Find us on www.community.livelongdigital.com.au. Network with other driven entrepreneurs and find the expert guidance you need to take your business to the next level. www.community.livelongdigital.com.au